If you're paying for Jobber right now or you're about to sign up, give me the next 15 minutes because I'm going to save you money and a lot of frustration. I ran my home service business on Jobber. I'm not with them anymore. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly why I left. And I'm going to use real numbers pulled straight off of their own pricing page, not opinions. And I'm not going to tear something down and leave you hanging. After Jobber, I switched to a platform called QuoteIQ, and I'm going to reference it a lot in this video. I'll show you exactly what it costs, what's included, and why it made so much more sense for a business like mine. So stick around for that part. To keep this organized, I'm covering 3 different things. First, what Jobber actually costs, not the number on their homepage, but what actually lands in your card once the add-ons, the per user fees, and the third-party subscriptions stack up. Second, the features, what you get at each tier, what they charge extra for, and what Jobber just doesn't do at any price. And third, the reason it all works this way, because once you understand that, the whole pricing model starts to make sense. I'll save that for the end though. Quick disclaimer before we start, everything here is based on publicly available information, Jobber's own pricing page, public funding announcement, and my own experience running the software. And just showing you the alternative that I went with. Let's get into it. First off, let's start with pricing because this is where it starts to unravel. When you land on Jobber's pricing page, they lead with a nice low number. But here's the first thing that you need to understand. That low number is the annual price. You're paying for a full year upfront just to get it. We're not going to look at that though. We're going to look at the monthly no commitment pricing because that's what most contractors actually sign up for when they're starting out. And the second you switch that page over to monthly, the real numbers show up. Here's the other trick, and it's a big one. Jobber's pricing isn't one set of prices. It's changes based on how many people there are on your team. There's a little team size selector on the page, and every single time you bump it up, the price of every plan jumps with it. So the price you see on your first visit is not the price you're actually going to pay once you join and your crew joins. Now, let me give you the real monthly numbers. If it's just you, one user, Jobber's cheapest plan at core is $49 a month. That gets you the basics: scheduling, quotes, invoices, a website, some basic reporting. Their next level plan up is Connect, $139 a month for one user, and Grow, their top solo plan, is $199 a month for one user. So just to get the tools most growing businesses actually need, you're already looking at $200 a month for a single operator. But here's where it really starts to hurt. Core is a one user plan. It's individual only. The second you need a second login, one helper, one part-timer, you get pushed into Jobber's team pricing. And the cheapest plan that even supports 2 to 5 people is Connect at $199 a month. So you went from $49 a month as a solo to $199 a month the moment you added a single person. That's a $150 jump for one extra seat. That's getting penalized for growing. And it keeps climbing from there. For a team of 1 to 5 people, Connect is $199, Grow is $299, and their top plan plus is $499 a month. Get to 11 to 15 people and Connect is $399, Grow is $499, and Plus is $699 a month. And if you've got more than 15 people, the page stops showing you a price at all. It just says contact sales. So now you're negotiating your own software bills. That's the moment I started looking around, and that's when I found QuoteIQ. QuoteIQ has 5 plans, the pricing is flat, and what you see is what you paid. It starts at $29.99 a month, there are no per user fees across most of the lineup, and their top plan max is at $699 a month, comes with unlimited users. So when you hire someone, your bill doesn't move. But hold that thought, it's going to matter more and more as we go. Now, your Jobber subscription is just the starting line. On top of these plans, there are add-ons, there's a marketing suite add-on, there's a review request, email campaigns, referrals, a basic website, and it runs about $79 a month on top of your original plan. There's an AI Receptionist add-on, about $99 a month. Now, I don't actually mind the AI answering service because it's optional. Not everyone wants one, but review requests, email follow-ups, those aren't premium features. Those are everyday tools that every service business needs and uses. And unless you're on the most expensive Plus plan, you're paying extra just to get them. Here's how QuoteIQ handles it, and it's day and night. Starting at $29.99 a month, AI Autopilot and AI Estimator, before and after image generation, a virtual call team, all of it. No add-on. Their review multiplier, which is automated review requests after every single paid invoice, is included on their beginner plan at $74.99 a month. Jobber charges around $100 a month just for the AI Receptionist on top of their base plan. QuoteIQ gives you that kind of AI plus a whole lot more for less. Let that sink in. But add-ons are only half the story. The real cost of Jobber lives on their integrations page, and this is the part that catches most people completely off guard. Add-ons and integrations are not the same thing. Here's the honest way to read it. When Jobber says that it integrates with the tool, what that usually means is the feature doesn't exist inside Jobber. You go to buy a separate subscription from another company, you connect it, and you hope the two play nice together. And we're not talking about obscure stuff here. We're talking about tools contractors use every single day. Want customers to quote themselves on your website? Jobber doesn't do that. You're looking at a separate self-quoting subscription. Want before and after photos, inspection forms, job site, documentation? That's usually Company Cam, which runs around $79 to $99 a month, plus about $29 for each extra user. Want real email marketing campaigns? People bolt onto something like MailChimp. Want vehicle GPS tracking? Separate again. None of these are nice to haves. These are the tools you need to run a professional business on, and every single one has its own subscription, stacking on top of an already expensive jobber plan. And here's what got me. QuoteIQ built every one of these in natively under one price. Their self-quoting tool is called InstaQuote, and it lets customers build their own quote on your website and book themselves 24/7. Their QuoteIQ Cam handles inspection forms, job photos, and a before and after editor all in one app. All synced to the customer and the job forever. Their review multiplier replaces the review tool. Email and text automation is built right in, no MailChimp. One app, one login, designed that way from the start. You're not duct taping 5 platforms together and praying nothing breaks. So let's do the honest math. Let's say you want to match roughly what QuoteIQ gives you on its elite plan. That's $299 a month, up to 7 users, and basically every feature turned on. On Jobber, a team of about 7 people falls into the 6 to 10 user bracket. The plan that gets you the essentials like two-way texting and job costing is Grow. And at that team size, Grow is $399 a month. But Grow still doesn't even include the marketing suite or the AI Receptionist. That's about $79.99, and you're roughly at $577 a month before you bought a single outside app. Now, add your company cam for your photos, around $99, and you're pushing $680 a month. And here's the kicker, you're still missing things Jobber can't do at any price. There's no customer self-quoting, there's no satellite property measurement, there's no dedicated business phone line built into the software, there's no AI before and after image generation, there's no built-in inventory management. Those features don't exist in Jobber's world, and for some of them, there's no integration that you can buy either. So on one side, you're pushing $680 a month, cobbled together from 4 different companies and still missing tools. On the other side, QuoteIQ Elite, $299 a month, everything in one singular place. QuoteIQ Max is $699 a month with unlimited users. On Jobber, a 15-person team on their Top Plus plan is also $699 a month. The exact same number, except Jobber's Plus caps out at 15 users and QuoteIQ is unlimited. Need person number 16 on Jobber? Now you're going back to contacting sales for a custom quote. On QuoteIQ, you just keep adding people and the price never moves. Same price, completely different ceiling. Now, let me be fair here because Jobber is not a bad product. At the core level, both Jobber and QuoteIQ give you the essentials, quoting, invoicing, scheduling, and a customer database. Jobber's been doing that reliably since 2011. The interface is clean, professional, and credit where it's due. The difference is philosophy. Jobber is built around integration, connect other apps to fill the gaps. QuoteIQ is built around innovation, build the tools in-house so they're all in one singular place. Let me give you a couple of concrete examples of tools that QuoteIQ has that Jobber doesn't. Satellite measurement. QuoteIQ has a tool called Map Measure Pro on its beginner plan at $74.99, where you drop pins on a satellite image and it calculates the job size and the price for you. Jobber has no native measurement tool at any tier, a dedicated business phone number. QuoteIQ's client hub on the Pro plan at $149.99 gives you an actual business number with two-way calling and texting inside the app. That way your personal calls stay personal. Jobber has no native business phone at any price. Customer self-quoting and self-scheduling. QuoteIQ's InstaQuote and InstaSchedule lets a customer quote and book themselves 24/7. Jobber's Client Hub handles approvals and payments, but customers can't build their own quote, and the AI point says it all. Jobber's AI Receptionist is roughly $100 a month add-on on top of $200 base plan. QuoteIQ puts AI tools on a $29.99 plan, same category of features, completely different idea of who pays for them. So here's the question. I kept coming back to why does Jobber outsource essential features to integrations? Why are basic marketing tools add-ons? Why adding one employee would jump your entire bill? Why does the product seem to get more expensive while the core stays about the same? I want to be careful here, so let me separate the facts from my opinion. Here are the facts, straight from public funding announcements. Jobber has raised about $191 million in outside capital across 6 funding rounds. The biggest was a $100 million round in early 2023 led by General Atlantic, which is a global growth equity and private equity firm. Jobber is a large established venture and private equity backed company. That is all a matter of public record. Now, here's my opinion. I'm going to label it as my opinion. When a company raises that kind of money for investors, those investors expect a return, and the way you deliver a return on a software is by growing the revenue you pull from every customer over time. My honest read is that pressure is part of why the pricing climbs and why more and more features show up behind upgrades and add-ons. You've seen this exact pattern in other industries. Subscriptions that started out simple, piling on tiers, fees, and add-ons once the big investors are in the room. That's my interpretation. You can decide this for yourself if you think it fits. And here's the contrast, and this part is a fact. Not an opinion. QuoteIQ is bootstrapped, self-funded, no venture capital, no private equity, no outside board demanding higher prices to hit revenue targets, and it was built by two guys who actually ran home service businesses. Co-founders Mike Vidant and Justin Rogers, they use Jobber, they use House Call Pro, they use Service Titan. They got sick of stitching together 5 apps and paying for all of it. So they built the thing they wished existed. And it shows up in how they run it. QuoteIQ has a feature literally called Suggestive Feature, where users submit ideas, vote on each other's, and the team builds what contractors actually ask for. That's a direct line from the job site to the developers, instead of a feedback form that disappears into a black hole. When the people building the software answer to contractors instead of a boardroom, you get different decisions. That's the real difference. Not a logo, not a color scheme, who the company answers to. Let me stay honest about the other side though. Jobber has real strengths. It's been around since 2011. It serves hundreds of thousands of home service businesses. The interface is polished and it has a large third-party integration marketplace. It connects with more outside apps than most competitors. If a huge integration marketplace is what you want, Jobber wins there. Now, whether that's a strength or proof that the base product doesn't include enough on its own, that's your call. And one more thing, because I want this to be current, not a talking point from a year ago, there used to be a real point in Jobber's favor: consumer financing, so your customers could pay over time. For a while, QuoteIQ didn't have that. That's changed. QuoteIQ now includes buy now, pay later financing through providers like Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay on every single plan, so that gap is closed. I'm telling you that because I'd rather you have accurate information than an outdated argument. Now I know what you're thinking because I thought it too. Switching CRM sounds like a nightmare. What about all my customers, my services, my history? It's genuinely not bad. You import your contacts and your services with a simple spreadsheet file. If you're not techie, QuoteIQ support team will get on a call with you and walk through it. They've got 24/7 live support right inside the app, video tutorials, a help center, and an active user community. And there's no contracts. It's month to month, cancel anytime. So the risk of trying it is basically zero. So here's the bottom line. You've got a choice. You can keep paying for a platform where the basics keep landing behind add-ons, where one more employee bumps your entire tier, and where you're juggling 3 or 4 separate subscriptions just to get the daily tools that you need to use every single day. Or you can run your business on a platform that was built by contractors, funded by contractors, and designed to put everything in one place at a flat price. If you're ready to stop overpaying, head over to myquoteiq.com and start the 14-day free trial. The link's in the description and pinned into the comments. And please do me a favor, drop a comment, tell me what CRM you're on right now and the biggest frustration that you've had with it. I read and reply to every single one. If this video helped you out, hit that like button and subscribe. Be safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.